Hey, what's up everyone? In this video I'll be going through the predicted future timeline of events so you can prepare for them properly. These events include the currently ongoing crafting, bandit chase and bounty hunter events, the double survey point events, the double arena events, the double upgrade stone events, and of course the best of all, the gear rate up events for the armor dungeon and the accessory dungeons respectively. I've gone through the dates of all the past events for around the past 2 months or so and found a pattern for them, making the future timeline of events very predictable. I've compiled my findings into a spreadsheet to make it easier to see the pattern. So my timeline starts at the Nodia banner, which is the start of August, around 2 months ago. So there's a clear pattern that's occurring here. So we have the crafting event that goes on for 1 week. And then right after that, we have the ecology gear dungeon, which is the armor dungeon that goes on for 1 week. Right after that, we have the accessory raid up dungeon for a week. Then we have the side story plus 1 piece for a week. And then the pattern goes over again. So it goes crafting, ecology, identification, and side story. So right now we are about here. And I've already checked for a fact that even in the month of July, I had the same rotation. So we can be guaranteed one of the 4 major events that changes every week that cycles again every month. The crafting, ecology, identification, and then side story. So another interesting pattern that we can see here is that every weekend we have 2 days of, let's say, mini events. So these mini events can either be double survey points, double arena medal, double bounty hunter, double upgrade stones, or double food event, which is the double bandit chase event. So it's always been 2 days consistently every weekend, except for right now. We had a special event that goes on for 4 days, and we had 2 of them at once, which has never been seen before. So right now we have the 2 times bandit chase or food dungeon and 2 times bounty hunter going at the same time, lasting for 4 days, which is a bit different. But otherwise, you can see a clear pattern of every weekend being either stone, gold, survey, arena, or food. So this column is for the future, by the way. So this is the predicted timeline going forward. Now let's move on to the discussion of how to prepare for all these events, now that we have an approximate timeline for the future, and we're able to predict when each event is going to happen. So the first one is the crafting event. This one is relatively straightforward. So let's say the crafting event just finished. So the next one will be in 3 weeks. You know that. So after the crafting event ends, you want to start saving all your gold immediately, as much as possible. So you want to spend as less gold as you can during the next 3 weeks, so you can spend it all during the next crafting event. So save, and then we get here, and this is when you dump most of your gold, because this is the best event to spend all your gold in. This is the most likely place where you will get gear upgrades. The next event we want to prepare for is the ecology study and the identification. So the armor gear rate up dungeon and the accessory gear rate up dungeons. So since these 2 have historically always been next to each other and last about 1 week each, it will be about a 2-week period in total. So after the 2-week period ends, so after the end of the accessory dungeon, you want to start saving all the stamina that you can inside your inbox. Because if you don't know, the stamina from the events lasts forever inside the product inbox, as you can see. I've stored up about almost 1500 stamina ready for the next event already. So and if you don't know also, I'm talking about these ones, usually it's like Christina's daily mission or whatever. It's the ones during this event page. It goes straight into your inbox. So I should have 30 out of 50 now over here. Yep, 30 out of 50. So you want to stock up as much stamina in here as possible at the end, right after the end of one of the gear events. There's also stamina in the normal inbox, but these ones usually only last for 1 week. So it's fine to spend them as long as it's not 1 week before the next gear event, is what I mean. So let's say the accessory raid up dungeon just finished. So there's about 2 weeks before the next one, which is ecology rate up here. So it's fine to spend like claim the 7-day stamina up to like this point. Then you want to start saving your 7-day stamina from here. So when it gets to the next event, there's going to be like 1 day left in the stamina, and you can spend it all during the next gear rate up event. With these events are the #1 place to spend all your stamina. The next event is the side story plus 1 pace. You can't really prepare for this one, so there's nothing I can say about this one. And then finally, move on to the minor events on the weekends. So nothing you can really do to prepare for the survey one. Nothing really for the arena either. Bounty Hunter. This is one of the best minor events, because this is one of the events where I recommend you to spend 270 crystals or ether to get 3 extra entries every day. So you'll spend about 540 ether over the weekend. But the amount of gold that you get from the Bounty Hunter, the 2x event, is well worth it. So I really recommend you to refresh, buy 6 tickets over the weekend for a lot more gold. So yeah, that's it for the preparations for all the events, I guess. So right now we are at this point, the 30th of September. So the predicted future timeline. So okay, we already know that the end of these 2 events are announced over here. So the future predictions. So I predict that there will be another ecology raid up in 3 days time. So I hope you prepared for that already, using the tips I said already. And yeah, for 2 weeks there should be the armor gear raid up for a week, then the identification raid up for a week, and the side story right after, then another crafting event in 3 weeks time. So, and for the weekend mini events, there should be a stone, gold, survey, arena, or food event for every weekend. So yeah, hopefully I'm not wrong, and hopefully this information was of some use to you, and happy preparing for the future, I guess.